Hello and welcome. I am Dr. Pauline Fu. In this lecture, I will present general annuities deal. Remember, the keyword due means payment is made at the beginning of a period. BGN. Okay. General means number of payment per year, PY, not equal to interest conversion period per year. So when you have a PY not equal to CY, the first step, we need to calculate equivalent rate per payment period P. Equivalent rate per payment period P equal to 1 plus I raised to power C minus 1. C equal to number of interest conversion periods per year divided by number of payments per year, and I is periodic interest. So how do you calculate the general annuities due future value? And this is the formula. Future value of general annuities due given PMT. Okay, and P you can calculate periodic interest rate. Term N usually is given. So now let's look at this example. What is the accumulated value after 5 years of payment? 20,000. There's an extra amount here. 20,000 at the beginning of each year if interest is 7% compounded quarterly. So the question asks you, what is the accumulated value? Means what is future value? FV. Um, 5-year payment means N equal to 5. Interest is compounded quarterly means CY equal to 4. And you make payment every year, PY equal to 1. 1 year you make 1 payment, PY equal to 1. Okay. So I will present 3 methods. 1, formula. 2, calculator. 3, Excel. Okay. So let's do the formula method first. Okay. In formula method, PMT is given. That is 20,000. This is PMT. And we also know term N, 5. So we need to calculate P. Okay. P equal to 1 plus I raised to power C minus 1. Okay. So equal to 1 plus I is 7%. Compounded quarterly, so divided by 4. And then raised to power C. C equal to CY over PY, 4 over 1. And then minus 1. Okay, so what is this result? I will quickly use Excel. So P equal to 1 plus I, 7% compounded quarterly, raised to power 4, minus 1. So P equal to 0.07185 okay, that is P. And once you get P, you can plug in this P value into this formula, okay? Figure out FG, future value. So this is our copy this down. So we get a P value, okay? Term N equal to 5, okay? Plug in this future value here. Okay. Again, I will use Excel to facilitate the calculation, okay? So equal to PMT 20,000, 20,000 multiply bracket, there's another bracket, 1 plus P. This is my P, raised to power N. N is 5, okay, minus 1 bracket, this bracket divided by P, and times bracket 1 plus P. Okay, I'll double check my formula. Looks fine. Press enter, okay, and you get this future value here. Okay. I'll just copy. So this is the number, the result, okay? I copy it here. Try to move this location. Okay, so this is the future value. We use formula, okay? Next, we use calculator. So second, quit first. Make sure it is at the begin mode, BGN, begin mode. Okay. Then set up PY. PY is 1. Enter. Down arrow key. CY is 4. Enter. Second, quit. Now, enter N is term. 5 is term N. And 7 is interest. 20,000 is negative PMT. I entered 3 numbers. Always remember you need to enter 4 numbers. So 0 is PV as a precaution to clear any previous entries. Final step, compute FV. See, exactly the same number as we get here, formula method, okay? So this is the calculator method. Lastly, I will use Excel formula, okay, to do this. Excel formula calculate the future value FV. Rate in Excel, when you use formula, the rate is P. When you have PY not equal to CY, use P, okay? Equivalent rate per payment period. NPER term N is 5. PMT negative 20,000. PV 0. Type is 1. 1 means payment is made at the beginning. You get the same number. Okay, this is the form. This is the formula. Okay, so we calculated the future value for general annuities due using 3 methods. By the same token, you can solve for PMT for general annuity if the future value is given. And this is the formula. And in this formula, you need to figure out what is P based on the given interest. Okay, so let's take a look at example. What deposit made at the beginning of each month will accumulate to, so keyword beginning, accumulate to 18,000 at 5% compounded quarterly at the end of 8 years. So what deposit each month means what is PMT? That is the question. What is PMT? That is the question. To accumulate to 18,000, that is the future value is given. FV is given. FV. Okay. 8 years means term N equal to 8 multiplied by 12 because 1 year has 12 months. You deposit every month. So 96. Okay. Because you deposit every month, 1 year you make 12 deposits. PY equal to 12. And interest is compounded quarterly, so CY equal to 4. A year has 4 quarters. Okay. And your calculator should begin mode. Okay. So now let's use a calculator to do it, then Excel. Finally, we can use the formula, 3 method again. So this time I'll do calculator first. So second, quit. Make sure it is begin mode here, BGN. And then second, PY. PY equal to 12. Enter. Down arrow key, you see CY. CY is 4. Enter. Second, quit. And now you can enter 18,000. That is future value, 18,000, FV. 96 is term N. 5 is interest IY. You entered 3 numbers so far. So don't forget 0 is PV as precaution to clear any previous entries. Last step, compute PMT. Okay, you have $152.38. Okay, so that is a calculator method. Now let's use Excel. To use Excel, you need to calculate P, equivalent rate per payment period, P. Okay, I'll move over. So P equal to 1 plus I. I is 5% divided by 4, raised to power C. C equal to CY over PY. Then minus 1. This is P. And the question asks you for PMT. Rate is P. NPER 96, PV 0, FV 18,000. Type is 1, beginning of the period. Okay. So this is the same number as we get from calculator, Excel, and the formula is here. Okay. If you type in the future value as a negative number, you will get a positive result. Okay. So this is a calculator method and the Excel method. Now let's use the formula. So the formula is right in front of you. So in formula, PMT equal to, because I already calculated P equal to 1 plus I is 5%, compounded quarterly, 1 plus I raised to power C equal to CY over PY minus 1, and the result is 0.004149. And this is 0. Okay. And the PMT equal to FV, 18,000 divided by bracket 1 plus P. So 1 plus 0.004149 raised to power n. N is 96 minus 1 divided by P. Closing bracket, and then multiply 1 plus P. And this would give you the result $152.38. Okay, so this is how you solve for PMT 3 method, calculator, Excel, and formula. Next, we'll calculate term N and interest I. Okay, if future value is given. So let's look at an example. Ted Davis wants to accumulate to, so there is an extra number here. Accumulate 140,000 in an RRSP by making annual contributions of 5,500. That's an extra one. At the beginning of each year, if interest is 11%, compounded quarterly, for how long will Ted have to make contributions? For how long Ted will make contribution means what is the term N? Accumulate means this is the future value, FV. Contribute this amount every year means PMT. Interest is compounded quarterly, means CY equal to 4. And TED is making contribution every year. So PY equal to 1. Okay, so we analyze the given numbers. There are 3 form methods. One, I will use calculator. So second, quit. Make sure your calculator is at begin mode. And then second, PY. PY is 1. Enter. Down arrow key, CY is 4. Enter. Second, quit. Type in 140,000. This is future value. 55,000 negative PMT. And 11 is interest, IY. You enter the 3 numbers. Always remember you need to enter 4 numbers. So 0 is PV as precaution to clear any previous entries. Last step, compute N, and you have 11.849, 11.85 years. Okay, so that is a calculator method. And for Excel, to use Excel, you have to calculate equivalent rate per payment period, P, first. Okay, I'll try to adjust my screen. You need to calculate P, equivalent rate per payment period. Okay, so equal 1, 1 plus I is 11% compounded quarterly divided by 4, raised to power C. C equal to CY over PY. CY is 4, PY is 1, then minus 1. So this is the P. After that, you use Excel formula. NPER means term N. The first parameter, enter P. And PMT, negative 55,000. PV is 0. FV, 114,000. Type is 1. And you get the same number, 11.85, as here. Okay, so this is the Excel method. Last one, formula method. For formula method, you plug in this formula. FV, you plug in 140,000. P, we just calculated P. P equal to 1 plus I. I is 11%. Compounded quarterly divided by 4. And then raised to power C. C equal to CY over PY. Minus 1. Okay. And this number is 0.114621. Okay, so plug P into this value, and then you take logarithm, natural logarithm, and you get N must be 11.85. Okay. So this is the three methods to figure out term N for general annuity due. Next, let's calculate the interest rate, nominal rate. Compute the nominal annual rate of interest compounded monthly at which there is an extra 500 here. At which $500 deposited at the beginning of every 3 months for 10 years will amount to 30,000. Okay. So the question asks you, what is the nominal annual rate of interest, IY? Remember, when you calculate IY, there is no formula. You can either use calculator or Excel. So let's use a calculator first. For calculator, because deposit made at the beginning, this is annuity due. Begin means due. And then every 3 months, this person deposit every 3 months. So 1 year, he make 4 deposits. PY equal to 4. PY represents number of deposits per year or number of payments per year. So we know PY. And interest compounded monthly means CY equal to 12. 1 year you make 12 conversion for interest. CY is 12. And 500 is a PMT payment. You deposit for 10 years. So term N equal to 10 years multiply 4. 1 year you make 4 deposits. Every 3 months you make deposit. 1 year you make 4 deposits. 10 years you make 40 deposits. Okay, so we have everything ready. Go, calculator. So second, quit. Make sure it is began mode. And then set up PY, second PY 4. Enter. Down arrow key, CY 12. Enter. Second, quit. 40 is term N. 500 negative PMT. 30,000 is FV. We entered 3 numbers. We need to enter 4 numbers. So 0 is PV. Then compute IY. And you get 7.4845%. Okay. So this number so this is a calculator method. To use Excel, use rate function, RATE rate, NPER term is 40, PMT negative 500, PV 0, FV 30,000. type is 1. And you get this number. This is actually equivalent rate per payment period. This number actually is a P. Okay, so P equal to this one. And then you have to solve for I. Okay, so I write down P equal to, from Excel, the number you get is a P. So Excel, you use rate function, R-A-T-E rate. Use rate function, you get equivalent rate per payment period, 0.018828. And then you use formula, P equal to 1 plus I raised to power C. C equal to Cy over Py. Cy is 4, Py is 1, minus 1. So plug in P, you solve for I. Okay, so this example, actually you use a calculator is much easier. Okay, so calculator much easier, this result. If you use Excel, you have to do a little bit of work, and there is no formula for interest rate calculation. Okay, in summary, what I did in this lecture, I calculated the future value, PMT, term N, interest rate for general annuities due. Okay. Thank you so much for your time. See you next time.